Meet Madison, a 22-year-old Canadian with a disclosed disability who has been physically and verbally abused and intimidated by her bosses at Tim Hortons.
My one supervisor, she punched me in the arm 4 times because people kept coming in through drive-thru to order. And I asked her why she punched me, and she said it was out of rage. I was menstruating. I told him I need to go to the bathroom. He said that I can wait. I leaked through my pants, everything, and he wouldn't let me go home. They told me that if you guys were to come up to me again, that I'm not to talk to you guys. And I wanted to say, well, it's a free country, so I'm allowed to talk to whoever I want to.
We first met Madison on her way into work at the Havelock, Ontario Tim Hortons, and she was visibly worried that she would lose her job for just telling us exactly what it is like working at this location. And you will not believe the shocking abuse she has suffered at the hands of her bosses.
So my one supervisor, she punched me in the arm 4 times because people kept coming in through drive-thru to order things. And I asked her why she punched me, and she said it was out of rage. Just recently, I was menstruating, and I told him I need to go to the bathroom. He said that I can wait. I leaked through my pants, everything, and he wouldn't let me go home. Not even to change, because I had to finish my shift. I have issues where I have to go to the bathroom like every hour or every half hour. Just whenever I just feel like I need to go, I have to go. Well, I asked the one time, and he told me that I am not allowed to go to the bathroom. I have to stay on the floor and work. So I said, okay. So I waited 3 more hours, and I told him, I'm going to the bathroom now, or else I'm just going to wet myself. And then you'll have to send me home because I'm not working in it.
That is the absolutely outrageous and abusive treatment Madison has been suffering under at this location. And the stark power dynamic is exactly why we're promising to help her as she weathers whatever comes next now that she's come forward as a whistleblower. We've launched the Help Madison campaign at helpmadison.com. Through Give, Send, Go, we're raising funds to replace any income that Madison may lose as a result of being a whistleblower. We will provide legal defense at no cost to her if the bullying escalates. And we're also asking the community to help. If you are an employer in Havelock that can offer Madison a job where she's treated with dignity and respect, please let us know at that website, helpmadison.com, or you can simply scan the QR code on the screen so that you can join in helping Madison.
If we're busy and we have like a donut to run, we have to run and get it while taking an order at the same time. And I am not good at that. I can't do 2 things at once.
Madison openly disclosed her disability on her resume. She cannot multitask, yet instead of accommodation, supervisors have yelled at and punched her. Madison's own mother immediately wrote to Tim Hortons detailing the bullying owner, verbal attacks in front of customers, the punching incident, threats to fire Madison if she pressed charges, and drastic cuts in her hours out of retaliation. And shockingly, this letter was sent in May of this year, which was about a month before we just so happened to meet Madison on the street on the way to her shift. Her mother starts off by saying that the Havelock location is being disgustingly run, that the owner, Stefan, is a bully and cares more about money than his employees. She accuses the owner of allowing management and supervisors to yell at their workers in front of customers, cutting hours if he doesn't get his way, and other health and safety violations that she says were not a problem under the previous owner. Madison's mom describes Madison being verbally attacked in front of customers, being called stupid, and belittling only for management to eventually brush it off. And then her mom gets into the physical assault that happened back in February, where a supervisor named Umanjot repeatedly punched Madison hard enough to leave bruises on her arm. When Madison brought this to Stefan and said if it happened again, she would press charges, he threatened to fire Madison, saying he would terminate her position because he needs his supervisor. And then Madison's mom writes, he cut her hours back to 7 to 11 hours from 28 to 25 hours a week. And the email then goes on to detail how Madison had a customer throw a fresh hot espresso on her, burning her chest. And police were called and pictures prove what happened, but no one sent her home, and Madison continued to work and even came in for her shift the next day. The email goes on to describe a pattern of retaliation and intimidation and even humiliation. Madison's mother says that after Madison declined an extra shift because she was busy, management cut all of her scheduled hours for the following week. She writes that other employees were experiencing similar treatment to Madison and that complaints are routinely ignored. The email also raises concerns about an investigation involving this location, alleging that owner Stefan warned employees that they would be fired if they spoke with investigators. Madison's mother argues that employees were being treated unfairly and with little respect, describing a workplace culture where staff felt intimidated, punished for speaking up, and treated as disposable rather than valued members of the team. She concludes by saying that businesses cannot expect employees to provide good service when they themselves are not treated appropriately. And Tim Hortons did nothing in response. So I reached out to them with a series of questions about how the company typically handles and investigates serious workplace concerns, as was detailed in this letter. My 15 questions were supposed to be used as clarification for allegations that a vulnerable disabled employee was subjected to physical, psychological, and verbal abuse, including assault, denial of bathroom access, and retaliation. Whether the company properly investigated those allegations, what actions it took, whether management or head office pressured Madison after she became a whistleblower, and what protections exist for employees who report workplace abuse. Because when Madison bravely spoke with me on the sidewalk, she was visibly terrified of losing her job, and management had dragged her into the office, interrogated her, and ordered her to never talk to us again because they didn't want the media attention.
I didn't want to say something that I knew because I didn't want to get in trouble and get fired that same day if he found out, or if they found out. They asked me what I said. Did I say anything to make him get in trouble? And I wasn't supposed to talk to you guys. And I did not know that because I was just coming to work. They just kept on asking me what I asked them. Like, my manager asked me, and then I was doing my job, and then I got called to the office because my boss was on the phone, and he wanted to know what I said. And I just didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to get in trouble right then and there.
Head office did get in touch, but it seems more like it was to protect themselves. They tried to claim that I had forced Madison to speak, which was a complete fabrication, and the gaslighting was unreal. They tried to claim that I blocked this young female team member on the sidewalk on her way to work and wouldn't let her pass without answering questions, basically forcing her to speak to me. When Madison admitted that she was scared to lose her job, they didn't appear to treat that as a sign that there might be an internal culture of fear or a need to protect a potential whistleblower. No, instead, they shifted the focus onto portraying me as the problem, as some sort of bully. And instead, they fully gaslit the situation and called my behavior unacceptable, saying that if this was the daughter of one of your subscribers, we would expect you would lose their support because of your conduct. It seems Tim Hortons is more keen on covering their own tracks for the horrors that Madison experienced as a part-time minimum wage employee with a major power disparity between her and her bosses than by protecting her. And that's clear by how they responded to my media request, feigning ignorance about what happened to Madison and avoiding so many questions. They wrote, "This is the first time we have learned of this. We reached out to the local Tim Hortons restaurant owner and learned the incident with the other team member was addressed the same day by restaurant management. No one at the restaurant is aware of any limitation of any team member to use the bathroom at any time. We've also been told that all requests from team members to leave a shift early for health reasons are always honored, as they were in this case as well. The team member you are referring to continues to work at the restaurant. Overall, we and our restaurant owners don't tolerate any forms of abusive behavior and are committed to creating welcoming environments for both team members and guests. Yet, Madison confirmed to me that she would not have come forward without some sort of guarantees of protection from RBI, that's the giant Restaurant Brands International multinational parent company that oversees Tim Hortons and several other global restaurant brands.
Would you have come forward without it?
No.
And why is that?
Because I'd be afraid of losing my job.
This is the power disparity facing a vulnerable young woman in a town with almost no other job options. If you're sickened by a corporation punching, humiliating, and trying to silence a 22-year-old with a learning disability, go to helpmadison.com right now to help her directly, because she's coming forward to let others know that they're not alone either. Madison shouldn't suffer for exposing a toxic work culture that preys on the vulnerable. Go to helpmadison.com and share your support there. For Rebel News, I'm Tamara Ugolini.